Alright everyone, after you finish your first video lesson, which is a little bit long, so now you are watching the second video lessons for our Wednesday class. So on this second session, the subject that you are going to study is the writing grade 3 subject. So the writing grade 3, you have learned many different grammar points as well as some of the useful tips to start your writings. So this video, we will focus on the infinitive and recaps what you have learned from the Unit 3 and Unit 4 of the Writing Grade 3 books. So to make it clearly, so here are the contents of the video lesson today. I will try my best to make sure this video is a little bit shorter. So there are two main activities, there are four main points that I would like to talk about in this video. So the first one, I will recap, a quick recap of what you have learned from Unit 3 and Unit 4. And here are the three main important points that you will study on this video today. So the first one, we will learn to use infinitive in order to modify the adjective. And infinitive can also be used to modify nouns. Last but not least, you can use infinitive to talk about the purpose. So let's start with our recap. So what have you learned from Unit 3 and Unit 4? To help you remember all those important points, I have prepared a short list right here. So here are the list of the language points you have learned about infinitive and gerund from Unit 3 and Unit 4. So you have learned to use infinitive and gerund as the subject of the sentence. Let's say running is a good exercise. To eat healthy food is recommended. So these are the use of infinitive and gerund as the subject. You have already learned this. You can also use infinitive and gerund as an object. Let's say I want to go to school. I enjoy fishing. So these are the example that use gerund and infinitive as the object of the sentence. The other point is you learn how to make the infinitive form into a negative form. Let's say I want you to go to school and I want you not to go to school. This form we have already discussed and learned already from our Unit 3 and Unit 4. Another important point to keep in mind is the gerund that you can use with, is the preposition that's used with gerund. For example, let's say good at doing something, looking forward to doing some things. All these prepositions generally used with gerund. So you have already learned those important prepositions and practice a lot of exercise related to this point already. And I hope you remember that. From our Unit 4, we have learned a new term which is complement. So I already distinguished between object and complements for all of you. But from the books, we learn how the infinitive or gerund can be a subject complement. Let's say the subject complements. Let me give you one example of the subject complements. My friends is a teacher. So this is a simple subject complement. So my friends, everyone, my friend is a subject and a teacher is the complement of the subject. It is not the object. Why? I hope you can remember why. Because object receive the action from the object, while complements give more meanings to the subject, right? And we also learn the for subject it, which is the structure of two infinitive. We say It is recommended, it is suggested, it is better. So it plus for subject it used to talk about giving suggestions, recommendations, and opinion. Last but not least, you learn the object complement as well. So these are the important points that you learn from Unit 3 and Unit 4. I hope you go back and check all these important points later. But now we will study another new lesson on your book, page 48. So on page 48, you will use infinitive only, not gerund, okay? Only infinitive to modify adjective. So if you look at this example right here, we were said. So said is the adjective, right? So we were said to do something. For example, for my personal experience, I was said to watch horror movies. Okay, so I was said to watch, which means to here is function as an infinitive that used to modify the word said. We are happy to study online, right? So to study online is infinitive and it modifies the word happy. This lesson is not difficult to understand. Okay, to understand is not difficult to learn. So as you can see, it followed by two infinitive. But this two infinitive modify adjective, which is difficult. So this song is easy to learn, it's easy to remember, it's easy to listen to. So here the word easy to do something. So to do something here is modify the word easy, which function as an adjective. That is why we said that infinitive can also be used to modify adjective. Another point, we can also use infinitive to modify nouns, which means this infinitive phrase gives more meanings to the noun. Let's say, I don't have enough food to eat. So the word to eat, it gives more meanings to the word food. For what? To eat. They don't have proper house to live. They don't have proper house to stay. All this phrase modify the word noun. Modify the word house, which function as noun. We don't have time to enjoy the movie. We don't have time to relax. We don't have time to visit our relative. So to modify the word times. I need money to do something. So the to infinitive here used to modify noun, which is money. The last point is infinitive of purpose. So you can use infinitive to express your purpose. Let's say I sell money to buy a new house. So it expresses your purpose of doing anything. Why you sell money? To buy a new house. We study English to be able to speak English. We study English to be able to learn about other people's cultures. So these are the phrase or the usage of infinitive. You can use to modify adjective, use to modify noun, and use to express the purpose. So this lesson is not very difficult or as complicated as another lesson because we have already learned the basics and concept of the word infinitive already. So everyone, that's it for our second video lesson today. So everyone have a nice day and stay safe.